There are several indications that a woman may exhibit if she is interested in you. Women tend to be subtle in expressing their desires towards men, causing many men to overlook potential opportunities to connect with someone they desire. However, when a woman strongly desires to be with a man, she unconsciously sends out these 7 signals. Recognizing and understanding these signals will enable you to confidently and appropriately respond, increasing your chances of establishing a connection with her. Before we delve into these signals, I kindly request that you support my efforts in spreading the Stoic philosophy by liking this video. If you haven't already, I recommend subscribing to my channel and activating the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any future videos. If you find the topic of this video intriguing, please leave a comment below. Number 1. If you do not agree with the information provided, please indicate by commenting with a number 2. This will help me improve my future videos. When a woman desires to have a close encounter with you, she often utilizes subtle touches to express her interest. For instance, if you are on a date with her and she places her hand on your forearm while passionately discussing a topic, this gesture may seem casual, but it actually signifies her desire to be physically close to you. Another example could be if you are sitting on a bench and she leans her head towards you, brushing her hair against your shoulder while laughing at one of your jokes. This subtle physical contact indicates that she enjoys your company and is open to a deeper connection. It is important to note that these subtle touches may vary depending on the situation and the woman's personality. However, in general, they indicate that she feels comfortable with you and desires to explore a closer bond. It is crucial to pay attention to these signals and respond by showing your own interest and affection towards her if you are interested in her. Number 2. One way a woman shows her interest in a man is through prolonged and intense eye contact. This can be observed in various situations, such as when you are in a group and she maintains eye contact with you for a longer period of time than usual, displaying an expression of interest and attraction in her eyes. Another example is when you are having dinner together and she directly looks into your eyes with a soft and seductive expression, indicating genuine interest in everything you say. This extended and deep eye contact signifies her desire for a more intimate connection with you. It is important to remember that eye contact is a powerful form of nonverbal communication, and when a woman prolongs and intensifies it, it is a clear indication that she is open to the possibility of exploring a connection with you. If you also desire an encounter with the woman in question, I suggest that you maintain eye contact and respond with confidence and assurance. Number 3. When a woman is interested in you, she will express her feelings in various ways. One of these ways is through physical closeness. This gesture can manifest in different ways, such as sitting very close to you during a date or gently touching your leg. It is important to understand that this type of physical proximity goes beyond trust. It is a way for her to indirectly but clearly communicate her desires to you. Therefore, if you notice these signals and combine them with other signs of interest, such as her finding reasons to stay close to you, it is time to take action. By responding receptively to this signal, you not only recognize and fulfill the woman's desires, but also strengthen the connection between you. Ignoring or questioning her actions could mean missing out on a valuable opportunity to progress towards a more intimate encounter. Keep in mind that if she initiates this type of physical closeness and doesn't apologize for it, it is because it wasn't an accident. She does it with the intention of catching your attention and expecting a response. Number 4. If you observe a woman beginning to emphasize her physical attributes, it is a significant indication that she is interested in you. This approach is commonly employed by women who wish to seduce, as they are aware that men are often attracted to a woman's physical appearance. Consider this scenario. You are on a date with a woman, and suddenly she starts adjusting her clothing in a suggestive manner or directs your attention to a specific part of her body, such as her neck or lips. Although these actions may appear simple, they are clear indications of her desire for an intimate encounter with you. It is crucial that you pay attention to this signal, as it is a discreet way in which women express their interest. Do not disregard this subtle gesture, as it could be the initial step towards deepening the connection between the two of you. Number 5. When a woman is interested in you and wishes to have a private moment, she will often lean her body towards yours during your interaction. This gesture can be observed in various everyday settings. For instance, you may be in a cafe and notice her leaning her torso towards you, showing genuine interest in what you are saying and a desire to be physically closer to you. Another example is when you are walking together and pass through a narrow passageway. She may move closer to you, almost brushing her shoulder against yours. This subtle leaning of her body towards yours signifies her intention to establish a closer physical connection with you. It is important to remember that these gestures may differ based on the situation and the woman's personality. However, in general, when a woman leans her body towards you during conversations, it is a clear indication of her interest in getting physically closer to you. A woman does not typically make such gestures by mistake, so if you notice this subtle signal, do not hesitate to respond accordingly. Number 6. Another indication that can often be revealing is when you observe an uptick in the frequency of her affectionate touches. You may notice that she actively seeks more chances to embrace you, prolonging the physical contact and expressing a longing for closeness. For instance, while walking together, she may frequently intertwine her hands with yours, displaying a desire for a deeper physical connection. Additionally, during conversations, you might even notice her gently stroking your back or legs, aiming to establish an intimate bond through physical contact. These physical gestures not only demonstrate her interest in you in a more tangible manner but also imply that she is open to exploring a more personal encounter with you. It is crucial not to overlook this revealing signal and seize the opportunity to progress in the relationship. Number 7. The final and most significant indication of a woman's interest in you is if she frequently brings up controversial subjects. This may come as a surprise, as not all women exhibit this behavior. When a woman begins discussing her experiences or desires with you, it is not because she is open-minded or overly trusting. Rather, she does so with a specific goal in mind. If you are conversing with a girl and she suddenly starts openly talking about her fantasies or past relationships, it is because she wants you to envision yourself with her in those situations. If you observe that the conversation is consistently delving into these types of topics, it is a clear sign that she is attempting to arouse your desire and attraction towards her. It is important for you to recognize this gesture as an indirect yet unmistakable way of expressing her interest in having an encounter with you. If you notice all of these signals in a woman and choose not to act upon them, I hope it is simply because you are not interested in her and not due to any doubts. When a woman sends all of these signals, rest assured that she desires you. Please let me know in the comments if you were already aware of these signals and if you have ever witnessed them in a woman. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe to the channel so that I can reach more men in need of this information. I sincerely hope this message has been helpful to you. I would like to congratulate you on making it this far and completing the video. This demonstrates your desire for personal growth. If you liked the video, please leave a comment. Disrespect is a common issue that we all encounter in our lives, and it can be quite distressing and frustrating. However, what if we could learn from Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to face difficult situations with wisdom and grace? In this video, we will explore 10 practical Stoic concepts that may help us deal with disrespect more effectively. As is customary, I challenge you to be courageous and stick with me until the end of the film. Let us get started. Number 1. An important aspect of Stoicism involves self-reflection and self-examination. The Stoics believed that the quality of our thoughts directly impacts the quality of our lives. Therefore, it is crucial to constantly strive for self-improvement in our actions. As Marcus Aurelius once stated, the happiness we experience in life depends on the quality of our thoughts. When faced with disrespect, it becomes essential to reflect on ourselves and ask pertinent questions. Is there any truth in what the person said or did? Did I do or say anything that may have provoked this situation? How can I respond in a manner that aligns with my values and virtues? By objectively reflecting on ourselves and the situation, we can gain a better understanding of the event and our own role in it. Self-reflection is a Stoic practice that ensures our responses are based on rational judgment rather than impulsive reactions. It not only allows us to learn from the situation but also promotes personal growth and wisdom. Number 2. Epictetus and other influential Stoic philosophers advocate for seeking the good within ourselves rather than in external things. Stoics believe in the interconnectedness of humanity, emphasizing the importance of understanding the motivations and emotions of others for better interactions and personal growth. When faced with disrespect, Stoicism suggests practicing empathy by putting yourself in the other person's shoes and trying to understand their perspective. Viewing the situation from a different angle through empathy can help you realize that the disrespect may not be personal or intentional, but rather a result of the other person's insecurities, fears, or ignorance. By empathizing with the person who disrespected you, you can respond in a more respectful and dignified manner, avoiding taking their words or actions personally. Empathy allows you to feel compassion for the person and reduce negative feelings towards them, enabling you to respond with kindness and respect instead of anger or defensiveness. This approach helps in de-escalating conflicts and maintaining your dignity, reflecting the Stoic principles of wisdom, compassion, and self-improvement. Through practicing empathy, you can learn from challenging situations and grow as a person, coping with disrespect in a more positive and constructive way. Number 3. Seneca once stated that it is crucial to learn the art of pausing. He emphasized that when one feels anger, it is not only a temporary negative emotion but also a habit that has been reinforced over time. Stoics firmly believe in the significance of self-control and rationality. They argue that impulsive reactions driven by intense emotions such as anger or frustration often result in poor choices and unnecessary suffering. In situations where disrespect is encountered, the Stoic approach encourages individuals to refrain from reacting impulsively. Instead, they should take a moment to pause and gather their thoughts. This pause enables them to regain control over their emotions and respond in a more measured and thoughtful manner. By resisting the urge to react immediately, one can better align their response with Stoic principles of wisdom and self-control. This approach frequently leads to more constructive and less emotionally charged interactions. When faced with disrespect, pausing becomes a key Stoic strategy to maintain composure and make rational decisions, ultimately fostering positive outcomes and personal growth. Number 4. Sometimes a little laughter can go a long way. As the ancient philosopher Seneca once said, true mastery of oneself is demonstrated when one knows how to handle situations that should not be taken seriously. Stoicism teaches us to control our emotions and act rationally, but it also acknowledges the power of humor in dealing with challenging circumstances. Humor can help us maintain our emotional balance and prevent us from becoming overly angry or annoyed when someone disrespects us. Instead of allowing our emotions to control us, we can choose to respond with a clever remark or a playful joke. Of course, it is important to use humor appropriately and in moderation. However, it can be a valuable Stoic technique for handling disrespect in a way that promotes a more positive and peaceful outcome. Number 5. One of the fundamental principles of Stoicism is to maintain composure. According to the teachings of Stoicism, it is not the events that disturb us, but rather our perception of those events. As Epictetus once said, people are not disturbed by things themselves, but by the way they perceive them. This implies that disrespect, in its essence, is not inherently harmful or offensive. It is our interpretation and judgment of disrespect that causes us to feel hurt or angry. It is important to remember that when someone disrespects you, their behavior is a reflection of their own thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and not a true reflection of your value or worth. By keeping this in mind, you can maintain your composure and prevent their disrespect from affecting your emotional state. Number 6. Opt for forgiveness. Consider a scenario where someone shows disrespect towards you. How would you respond? Would you react with anger or would you choose to let it go? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism provides valuable insights on this matter. Stoics believe that forgiveness is not a favor extended to the other person, but rather a gift you give to yourself. Forgiveness serves as the key to achieving inner peace and happiness. However, forgiveness is a challenging task. It does not imply forgetting or condoning the actions that transpired. Instead, it involves making a conscious decision to release the negative emotions that are causing you more harm than anyone else. Stoics advocate for forgiving all, but not without discernment. It is essential to forgive with compassion and justice. Stoicism teaches us to concentrate on what we have the power to control and to let go of what is beyond our control. While we cannot dictate how others behave, we can choose how we react. We have the option to forgive and liberate ourselves from the weight of anger and resentment. By opting for forgiveness, we can progress with a sense of inner peace and tranquility. This is the essence of forgiveness according to Stoicism. It is not a sign of weakness, but rather a demonstration of strength. It is not a form of surrender, but a triumph. It is not a sacrifice, but a reward. Forgiveness represents the ultimate act of self-care and personal development. Number 7. One of the key principles of Stoicism is to cultivate virtues like wisdom and courage. These qualities are essential for living a good life and making right decisions. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, stated that virtue is essentially right reason. This implies that being virtuous is synonymous with being rational and in harmony with the natural order of the universe. Stoics argue that virtue is the supreme good in life, and everything else is of little importance. When faced with disrespect from others, Stoicism advises us to concentrate on virtue in our response. This doesn't mean we should overlook or tolerate the disrespect, but rather we should react in a manner that aligns with our Stoic values and beliefs. By focusing on virtue, we can prevent our emotions from taking control, uphold our dignity and integrity, and evolve as individuals. Stoicism pushes us to strive for the best version of ourselves, even in challenging circumstances. Number 8. Embracing acceptance is a fundamental lesson of Stoicism. One of the key teachings is to acknowledge and accept the things that are beyond our control, such as the disrespectful behavior of others. Epictetus once said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This implies that we should cultivate gratitude for what we possess and not dwell on what we lack. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot, known as the Stoic dichotomy of control. We have power over our thoughts, emotions, and actions, but not over external events or the actions of others. Therefore, when faced with disrespect, it is crucial not to let it disturb our inner peace. Instead, we should accept it as a natural part of life and concentrate on how we can enhance ourselves and our circumstances. By approaching disrespect with a Stoic mindset, we can avoid unnecessary anger, frustration, and resentment. Moreover, we can extract valuable lessons from the experience and develop as individuals. This approach enables us to handle disrespect in a rational and composed manner. Number 9. Establishing firm boundaries is a key aspect of Stoicism. It is not about being passive, but rather about being resilient like a rock that remains steadfast in the face of disrespect and injustice, knowing its own value and demanding respect from others. By controlling what is within our power and letting go of what is not, we can respond to disrespect calmly and assertively. We can communicate clearly about what is unacceptable and how we expect to be treated, setting boundaries that uphold our dignity and self-respect. Stoicism teaches us to be strong, just, and courageous, to respect ourselves and others, and to maintain composure and dignity in all circumstances. Number 10. Change your perspective. Perspective refers to the ability to view things from a broader and more objective standpoint. It enables you to avoid overreacting or taking things personally when someone disrespects you. Instead, it helps you understand that disrespect is not significant in the grand scheme of things. As the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." When you adopt a perspective, you can recognize that most instances of disrespect are minor and temporary, and they do not impact your true worth or happiness. Furthermore, you can acknowledge that disrespect often stems from the other person as ignorance, insecurity, or weakness, not your own. You have the choice to ignore it, forgive it, or learn from it, rather than allowing it to bother you. Perspective also assists you in focusing on what truly matters in life: your goals, values, and virtues. By directing your energy and time towards pursuing what is good and meaningful for you, rather than wasting them on resentment or revenge, you can lead a more fulfilling and peaceful life. Therefore, the next time you encounter disrespect, keep perspective in mind. It will help you remain calm and respond appropriately. Always remember that Stoicism is about controlling your emotions, not suppressing them. When faced with rudeness and unpleasant behavior, you can maintain your composure and strength by applying these 10 principles. We kindly ask for your support by giving us a thumbs up, so we can reach more individuals seeking ancient wisdom. Thank you for your viewership. Imagine entering a room where your presence instantly changes the atmosphere. You command respect, your contributions are immediately acknowledged, and your opinions are sought after. This is not merely wishful thinking. It is the outcome of mastering an ancient art deeply rooted in Stoic wisdom. Today, you are about to discover and learn this art. The 9 effective psychological tactics that can enhance your status and make you a priority in any situation are well known. You are familiar with the frustration of being undervalued and overlooked. Despite your efforts, it often feels like you are invisible, even in the most obvious circumstances. This is a common experience, but it doesn't have to be your reality. Stoicism teaches us a counterintuitive lesson. True value comes from within and is not diminished by external validation. However, it is undeniable that gaining priority in the eyes of others can bring significant advantages, both in your professional and personal life. The strategies we are about to explore are not mere theories. They are practical, actionable, and have stood the test of time. They will not only earn you the recognition you deserve, but also strengthen your inner resilience. As we delve into these strategies, remember that they are more than just techniques. They are part of a transformative process, a shift in mindset that begins with how you perceive yourself and radiates outward. So, if you are ready to not only be noticed but also be given precedence, stay with me. This is not about capturing fleeting moments of attention. It is about establishing a powerful presence that endures and leaves a lasting impact long after your initial interaction. Let us embark on the journey towards becoming a more respected and prioritized version of yourself. Take control of your space and let us dive straight into the core of the matter. You wouldn't settle for anything less than first place in the office, on the field, or at the gym. So why should you accept a lower position in life as hierarchy? This is not about having a big ego, but rather about having self-respect above all else. When you decide to invest your time and energy, make sure it is in something that truly matters. If there is no mutual recognition of your worth, it is time to reconsider the alliances you have formed. Choose environments where your value is acknowledged, and naturally, your status will rise. Remember, you cannot control how others perceive your value, but you have complete control over how you regard yourself. If you want to be the star of life's show, start by giving yourself the leading role in your own personal epic. Master the art of presence through absence. It is a fundamental law of nature that the most valued resource is scarce. If gold were as common as gravel, its worth would diminish. Apply this principle to your own presence. When you are always readily available, you blend into the background and are easily overlooked. No wise and stoic sage has ever earned respect by constantly being at everyone's beck and call. Let us simplify things. Be the gold, not the gravel. This is not about playing games or being stingy with your time. It is about living a life that is engaging, purposeful, and passionate, which naturally limits your availability. You are not hiding away. You are rising up and pursuing endeavors that sharpen your mind and fortify your soul. And here's the clincher. When you do grant someone your time, it is not just another slot in your schedule. It becomes an event, and they will feel it too. Your presence becomes a privilege, not something taken for granted. Forge your own happiness by anchoring yourself to the truth. Relying on others for joy is like building a house on sand, unstable and fragile. The key is to be the master of your own happiness, finding strength in the unchanging aspects of life. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions, but about deriving satisfaction from what you can control. People are naturally drawn to those who exude self-sufficiency and contentment. Take pleasure in your daily routines, personal accomplishments, and moments of reflection. This is not about isolating yourself, but about being so secure in your own happiness that you become a source of stability for others. Be the